for bankruptcy, so you know how to make money off of it.
Okay, so the stream is now live. So I guess you will start promoting this.
All right, now let's look at this disaster.
Yep.
Once again.
Why isn't like it showing my face like it was earlier?
Enable your camera? Really?
You know, like in the
I said pure sarcasm.
Because that was pure sarcasm.
What is this shit?
Everything great about Watchmen. The whole movie?
Yeah, the movie is pretty fantastic.
And the comedian.
Yeah. My favorite character was Rorschach, though.
Yeah, Rorschach was pretty awesome.
It was awesome. I kind of want, like, I don't know if you are caught up to this, Tyler, but now the old DC Rebirth thing.
I've heard about it. It's supposed to be like a major new series.
Yeah,
of comics
basically,
and
like,
shit.
yeah, like, do you remember Flashpoint?
The show?
No, the Flash comic. Basically, just Flash went back in time to save his mother and rebooted the old universe. That was what began the New 52. From there, the New 52 began, and now they are revealing that when Barry did that, Dr. Manhattan was messing around with the time stream and basically just stole 10 years of continuity. No, I can't just.
And there goes Jake.
No, I'm seeing if like that is able to. So that way I can enable my camera on the live stream.
Okay, Jake.
Yeah.
There's something really good because I can hear me perfectly in the stream.
Okay, cool.
It's not satisfied too. It might just be the other people. They may have shitty internet.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
So are you all typing right now? Like, is anyone typing?
Look at the chat. You'll see my sophistication. I typed.
Okay. Yeah, I just typed.
I can't see anything. What is the point of having like a little chat box when I can't even see it? Like, what the shit is this?
Jake, do I need to give you another link?
Probably, because why can't they make streaming on YouTube so much easier? Like, it shouldn't be this hard.
Because Google.
For fuck's sake. My God.
I'm still going to give you a link.
Okay. Well.
My neck looks really big right now. I look like a giraffe.
Ugh. Okay. Blorg.
Hello.
Hey. Okay.
You guys don't know what this, but like yesterday, the Twitter was blowing up with the hashtag Portugal x Brazil meme war.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, so we got 3 viewers.
There's even a Wikipedia page about it, where yesterday, basically in Twitter, Brazilian people and Portuguese people were fighting to see which country had the better memes.
Which country had the better memes?
Yeah.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out like why it's not like my webcam isn't enabled in the live stream. Cause like
screen share, then I can see. Then I can fix it.
Or we can just scoop around in your computer and see stuff that we shouldn't.
That's cool. You know, you can see all my ideas of world domination.
Go to the green box in the corner with the arrow.
This one?
Yeah, just go there, screen share.
Whoa!
And screen share. Why the hell can you screen share Skype?
Fuck if I know.
Just entire screen and just go to Skype. Message share.
Maybe it's because he has Skype minimized. No, he doesn't have Skype minimized.
And let me see if that happens on.
Nothing right now.
What is going on?
Now it's sharing Inception.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like screen share Inception. What is going on?
Christopher Nolan's new film.
Let me see if I can still hear us.
Oh, now I see it on the stream.
Look.
Okay, we are live, guys. Everything is working.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Now.
Yeah, for now. That's the key word for now.
You just need to go to Skype.
Hold on. Oh, never mind.
Like full screen this?
Yeah.
Okay. Of course.
You can stop sharing now.
Okay.
All right, that's the chat. So just keep that at least.
Yeah, keep the chat right there. Cover the other stuff.
No.
Still like that.
We're like a fucking tour. We need to walk Jake through this.
I'm tech illiterate. I've said this multiple times.
You really are.
I'm a small
Like,
child
I think
when it
it's like,
comes to
no,
technology.
You probably know some stuff, and it's like, oh, this is what he knows.
Watching. We are just drinking.
Like what the shit? I can't see.
Two Man says it's much better now.
I can't even see the chat again, like anymore. What the hell? Why can't I see the chat?
Full screen, actually. Oh, there you go.
Yay! I think we might have figured this out for once.
Okay, yeah, let's this.
Yeah.
Ah.
Now I hear audio inception.
Okay. What the hell?
What is this shit?
Oh my god.
Why can't something go right?
This is the best around.
Jake, everything is working now. People
Don't gonna ever keep you down.
Okay, I think that's from the old chat. So I'm gonna exit out of that.
now we have spectators.
Now we just need to stay up for 24. No, I'm not doing that again. I already stayed up for
No.
24 hours yesterday.
Okay, so can everyone like see me and everything and hear me fine?
The stream. Hold on. Now I see Inception again.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Yeah, but for some reason our webcams don't appear in the screen.
Alright. Well, hold on, Jake.
Well, you all don't have to show your face in the stream. I'm trying to show my beautiful face here in the stream.
Actually, hold on, Jake.
Yeah.
Minimize that and open up Skype.
Okay.
All right, now that will be showing the stream, so they can see us. Now we just need to see your pasty paleness.
I think that we don't appear in it, I think. For some reason.
No, just give it a second. Like I'm gonna, yeah, the stream it shows us right now.
Okay.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
can you see me fine though?
All right, so Jake needs to just enable his pasty paleness. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take a shit.
Yeah, you just said one. That's fine.
Okay, here we go.
That's perfect, Jake. You just need to stop.
My face is for radio. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Okay. So I guess now we can start sending out links that the stream is back up and presumably running well now.
Jake, just go to Skype and stop the share, the screen share.
Oh, right. Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea, wouldn't it?
And I think so, right.
Okay.
Using new. That's pretty much it. We made it.
Yay. We're back to our 5 viewer like thing. That's pretty much the maximum amount of people I expected to watch this stream. But hey, this is pretty much just an experiment to see if I can actually get the hang of this. And I'm gonna be honest, I still don't know what I'm doing. But things seem to be going well now, so that's a plus.
Let's be honest,
What? What was that?
Okay. So you just need to show Skype because if you don't do that, people won't be able to see you.
Okay. So yeah, I'll leave you and Tyler in charge of the if people are saying things, let me know what they're saying, and if they're asking questions, inform me. And my God, we'll have to figure out a better system for this next time I try and live stream, because, man. So, now that this live stream seems to be back on track, how's everyone doing this evening? For the 5 of you who are watching this.
Yeah, I'm on the shift of the light.
What?
I'm reading the shift.
Okay. I'll just sit here and wait for answers.
Okay, so far, no one is asking any questions. So maybe just go ahead and talk a little bit about you, like the chat.
Okay, so, hopefully you all are not completely like tuning in for the first time for the channel, because then imagine you're just like, no. So imagine if you have been a subscriber for the channel for a while, this was probably the best. This is probably the best that was going to happen, since I'm very tech illiterate and I didn't even like practice this a whole lot, like the whole live streaming thing, because I was under the impression that live streaming was like super easy, like it used to be on YouTube, where you just click like live stream and bam, that's all you had to do. But now it's just like you have to go through a bunch of hoops. But yeah, so now that we're finally back on track, let's just kind of like, you know, hang out, ask me questions, and we can just kind of.
Okay, Jake. The comic kid, geek kid, just asked us, which DC Rebirth title are you most excited for?
So right now I'm really digging Green Arrow, because Green Arrow is my favorite DC hero, and the show has really let me down. It's failed this city. That 3rd season, I was just kind of like, ugh. But the first issue of Green Arrow I read, and I loved it. Like, it felt right. But I'm also really looking forward to Flash, Aquaman, Red Hood, the Outlaws. I'm looking forward to, because basically now on the team is Bizarro and Artemis. So now it's kind of like a anti-hero version of the DC Trinity. So I think that'll be really cool. Because I haven't read a whole lot of the.
No one asked anything besides that. So do you want me to give my opinion about it?
Yeah, sure.
Green Arrow is probably the best the Rebirth title so far. I've read Batman, Superman, Aquaman, Flash, and the Detective Comics, which doesn't count as a Rebirth title, but still.
I'm hearing kind of an echo. Does anyone else hear an echo, or is it just me?
Yeah, I'm hearing your echo. Like in the streets doesn't show up anything, but
okay.
It's kind of, yeah.
Okay, so if it's not bothering the stream, then that's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
DC Rebirth stuff have you read so far?
Yeah, like definitely the best book so far is Green Arrow. Superman one was really cool.
See, I haven't read Superman yet, but
the Batman one wasn't that. I mean, it was good. It was solid,
yeah,
but it was just a setup, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing great happened.
See, I'm like, I thought about picking up Batman and Superman, but I'm not really the biggest fan of Superman and Batman. I guess like I'm one of those people who, like, I'll read Batman every now and then, but he's not like one of my go-to characters to read. Not that like I dislike Batman by any means, but I think I feel like Batman's oversaturated in the media, if that makes any sense. Like, because Batman, we've had Batman movies for like the last 20 years, just kind of like constantly. Very nice. And so basically it's one of those things where I like Batman, but I prefer to have Batman in smaller doses, whereas like we've had a Batman movie since like, you know, the late 80s, and then although I will say the Batman animated series, I could rewatch that on a daily basis, and I love the shit out of it.
Okay, apparently the echo is because the song that is being said by the two of you, Jake and me, are being picked up by Tyler's Skype and then re-entering through Tyler's microphone.
Fuck.
So
yeah. Yeah, no, that's why often I try to mute my microphone when I'm not speaking. It was because I've heard several people say statements like that.
Okay, yeah, but it's fine now. Like, I don't hear an echo, so I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my problem. So yeah, but what I missed while I was gone.
We're just talking about DC Rebirth.
Okay, vegetable movies. Just said Robin movie, please. So should we talk about the possibility of a Robin movie?
What? Bless you.
Thank you.
What was the question?
About a Robin movie, like a Robin solo movie.
I like in the DC extended universe.
Yeah, probably. I guess.
Or a couple of there yet. Maybe just any Robin, or I guess specifically like.
What I would like. I think there is precedence for that because in Batman v Superman they did imply that there has been at least one Robin. So it's a.
Rumors in that Dick Grayson is in Suicide Squad as an cover.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Whether that's true or not, who knows? But I do think that like if we do see a standalone like Robin movie, it'll be Dick Grayson as Nightwing, which I think that's one thing that like I think they should do in the DC cinematic universe because the only movies we've had Robin in was Batman Forever and
Batman and Robin.
Yeah, Batman and Robin,
which we all know is one of the best movies ever.
They're good. Yeah, but that was more of like fan service, where it's kind of like, "Hey, fans, he might be Robin," and that was it. So it wasn't one of those confirmed things.
Much. Well, that's just Blue that said it, but yeah, that's Christopher Nolan. And again, he's never going to make a continuation to it.
No. So I like as much as I would love like a Jason Todd like Red Hood and the Outlaws movie. It'd make more sense to do like at least a Nightwing movie first, which I would be all for, especially if they follow the New 52 run. That's all I've read of Nightwing so far is the New 52 by Cal Higgins, which is really good.
There are some people that say that run isn't good at all because it screws up the character entirely, just makes him a dick.
I can't say for sure just because I haven't read any other Nightwing
Once
stuff.
Again, I love the way Marco says many of his words.
It's in Portuguese. You have a problem with that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. We are the three foreigners from Europe.
It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Jake's the Pasty Pale Irishman. Marco's the something Portuguese man, and I'm the German guy who lives in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite of Jake because I have the dark.
Well, okay, I'll turn it to the chat for like the two people that are probably in the chat.
Basically, the comic geek kid. Is
also, the Robin of BBS was confirmed to be Jason Todd. Is another thing.
Yeah, I figured.
The comic book geek book. I just poorly fucking.
Comic geek kids. Come on.
Confirmed, really?
I don't know.
You just said it was confirmed. You can't say it was confirmed. Maybe.
That's the thing. Thing I saw reading is that apparently in the Ultimate Edition of Batman vs Superman, they apparently like credited another character that was not in the normal cut.
Yeah, I think it was Jenna Malone's character who was supposed to be Barbara Gordon. Supposedly, that was the rumor. I don't know if they ever actually confirmed that. But what was Comic Geek Kid's question, Marco?
No, not at the moment.
Feel free to join the discussion, guys.
The Comic Geek Kid also said that he's planning on reading Flash, Green Arrow, and Blue Beetle, the Rebirth title, I guess. Blue Beetle, like I can't remember the name of the writer right now, but it's good for sure. They teased, I think it was on the Flash comic. No, the main Rebirth issue.
Yeah.
Blue Beetle appears in that.
Actually, I have a question. Hold on, I'll let Marco finish up, but then I have a question. I actually have for
just saying that they nailed the character of Ted.
Alright. This is a question I've actually been wondering for a while, Jake. Is how did you get your little logo for your YouTube channel? Because I've noticed it's Deadpool and what looks like the Punisher skull, and I don't know what the hell the third.
The other one is Kiss, Paul Stanley. No, Ace Frehley, the spaceman. Basically, for those of you who, because I think the people who are in the chat are on Comics Amino. Emerald Angel Tokyo, or Chrissy, as you all probably know her. She actually made the channel art for me. because like a while back, like I forgot what my, I think Dave actually, you know, one of the co-hosts on the channel made like this little quick art on paint, and we were like, you know, that'll do for now until we.
They all being Tinder.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, it was one of those things where we were still really excited because we were kind of like, yeah, we finally have channel art. And then I remember I was talking to her one time in one of the chats, and you know, it's kind of like, yeah, you were thinking about like, since we're kind of like trying to step it up with the YouTube channel, you know, we were kind of like, hey, let's see if we can get like an actual artist to do channel art for us. And then she was kind of like, oh, I'll do it for you. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah, no problem. What are you looking for? And we wanted something that kind of like described like the channel. Like if you looked at the thumbnail or if you looked at like the banner of the channel, you could kind of get a good idea of what we're all about, which is comics, movies, you know, music, which we do plan on doing more music related like videos and podcasts.
Well, I imagine that's probably just me, mainly you, because I think out of all of your group of people, you're the most music-y person.
No, like me, Dave, and Jordan, we're all like music junkies. We're always going to concerts with each other and always like texting each other. It's like, so-and-so's got a new album coming out, yeah! Reverend Spaceman, on the other hand, he's not big into music, but he might tag along anyways and just kind of be like, yeah, music is cool. But basically, she did the artwork, the thumbnail and the banner for us, and did a really good job. She's got her own YouTube channel that I think is called Emerald Angel.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like, what's
Comics.
the inspiration behind it? Like, did you just essentially you created because you know you took all of your real members' favorite DC characters or comic book characters?
Like it was something that it was kind of, or at least the thumbnail was our original thumbnail of Pasty Pale that Dave created, where basically I'm represented by Punisher because Punisher's like one of my favorites. He's my favorite Marvel character, one of my favorite comic characters. And so, hold on. I'm trying to let people know the stream is back up because some people are trying to join in and said it's broken and all that stuff.
Yeah, because right now we have only one person watching.
I mean, it says there's 5. But then again, I might need a refresher, which that might not be a bad idea to do.
Yeah, there's 5 people watching actually. So
Yeah,
people are
it's
just
fine.
not.
But yeah, basically,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
basically,
Okay,
like,
Jake,
yeah.
What is your most valuable comic book vegetable?
Exactly. That was what I was going to ask.
See, I don't really have like any valuable comics. Because I've only been collecting comics for like the past couple years. It's like
For the past few what?
like the past couple of years. Like I've got some older comics that I bought at a comic
Hey, Jake,
convention.
if you see more comics, I've only been collecting them for the past few months. And I only have like 5 right now, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I guess. So, but what you told me, I actually have quite a few valuable editions from the ones I got through my memberships.
Probably.
But Tyler, why don't you just subscribe to Marvel Unlimited?
Well, first question, is that a paid subscription thing?
Yeah, like monthly.
Nope, you can't afford it.
Get a job, Tyler. How many times do I have to tell you?
I'm working on it. You shut your
Just-
mouth. You
just-
only make $10 an hour.
Just rob a bank, man. It's super easy.
I'm still waiting for you to tell us all how we're gonna rob the bank.
See, Tyler, Alexander Sinister is saying the thing that I was saying you too. On the top right of your Skype, you should be able to turn it full screen, so you don't need to see your contacts on the left.
I think there's like an option.
Yeah, I thought that you knew of
Yeah,
that.
alright, hold on, let me actually see. Alright, yeah, like I think next to Skype, it's kind of like a little 3-bar thing. You click that and it'll clear up that. Alright, yeah.
Full screen.
In the
There we go.
No, you click the. Alright, no. Alright, no, Jake. In the little Skype thing, the left corner,
No,
bottom
it's the
left
right-
corner,
right.
there's a little square button.
So I didn't do the right thing?
No, like I said, bottom left. Oh no, that is right. That works.
Quit confusing me.
How to rob a bank is the name of my rock band.
There you go.
Hopefully nobody gets the wrong idea. Otherwise, that's a problem.
I mean, I don't make a whole lot of money at the job that I work at, so I have to rob banks. That's my other income, man.
Well, hey, maybe you should get a better place to work at.
Working on it.
Yeah, so am I. So I don't want to hear you fucking do me shit.
Yeah, but I still have disposable income, so you shut your mouth.
I'm just enjoying to see how professional Tyler is. Just playing around in Nintendo.
Yeah, you're playing on your Nintendo. You're playing on your Game Boy.
Fucking time.
You're playing on your Game Boy. Here I am trying to do a live stream here, and you're playing on your Game Boy.
Yes, good for your phone.
But I guess like back to your question. I bought some like comics at a Comic-Con last year. I got I think it's like a 6-issue run of the Sinister Six.
Oh, we got a couple more people now.
I got a Doctor Strange comic and an Aquaman comic, like back from I think the Silver Age.
Maybe you should say hi to Louis.
Hey guys. I'm glad you're tuning in now because we tried to do this earlier and it was awful. It was so bad.
He's not here. But that's the thing about Moki. I like it how he's not subbed to me, but he's subbed to you.
I don't understand Moki. Sometimes he randomly shows up. He randomly shows up out of nowhere.
I don't know what Moki does anymore.
I don't know either.
Okay, Jake.
Yes.
Louis wants to know what's your opinion about the Hydra Cap thing.
The Cappy and a Hydra agent?
Yeah.
I'd imagine, yeah.
I actually thought it was kind of cool. It doesn't really affect me that much. Because I know some people.
No, again, it's an alternate timeline. So
no. This is the current continuity.
Look at Red Sun. That's an alternate line of Superman, and that's a great series.
It is, but this isn't an alternate timeline. This is the current continuity. But no, the way I see it is one, it's not permanent. They'll either retcon it or it'll turn out that he was a super secret double agent or whatever.
Oh, yeah. You see that?
I'm that deep undercover.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, they show in the Avengers standoff, you see that the Red Skull killed Professor X.
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
His brain, and now he has to.
That's the wrong gesture.
Is there a gesture for Hail Hydra? Anyone know in the comment section if there's a gesture for Hail Hydra? I'll just do the metal sign for now. Hail Hydra. Or I'll just do the Black Power Hail Hydra. But
or better, you could do the crazy little hand gesture they do with Spaceballs.
I haven't seen that movie in forever. What is the hand gesture for that?
It's like something like this or something.
Oh.
It's really weird.
But basically, to fully answer your question, I think it's kind of cool because it was a nice shakeup for the 75th anniversary, and for the memes alone that it's produced, I love it. Because naturally, as soon as that reveal came out, the internet went crazy.
Hydra Cap pissed off so many people. Yeah, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
And also, another thing I heard, supposedly there were rumors around that they were going to introduce the Hydra Cap elements to Civil War. Some people say this could be a post-credit scene, but that obviously was not in the film. And I don't even know if that's true that they were planning to use it for Civil War.
Well, I think, from what I understood, I think one of the original titles for Civil War before it became Civil War was Serpent Society. And I think it was going to deal entirely with Hydra.
Yeah, but you have to say that it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense even though he's a Hydra agent after the events of Winter Soldier where he took down Hydra.
Yeah.
So it's I destroyed you, but I worked for you.
Well, no, because
if you apply that logic to the comics, it's the same thing. But spoiler alert, I guess, potential spoiler alert. My theory is that, as I was saying, Avengers standoff, Red Skull kills Professor X, steals his brain, and basically now Red Skull has telepathic powers.
Oh, okay.
And exactly, and you see that Black Skull is controlling the Avengers for a bit.
Oh. So I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and that's my theory is that Red Skull is controlling Cap right now because when they show the flashbacks to his memories, everything is in black and white except for one thing, the girl that appears and says Cap. That wears what? Red.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically that's just Red Skull controlling Cap for sure.
Okay. Yeah, that was my impression. Is there's some kind of behind the scenes thing going on.
Yeah, mind control.
But again, I'm all for it just for the memes alone. Like, even if the story's terrible, because I haven't read the new Captain America stuff, even if the story's terrible, I just want I want the memes to keep going. Like, probably my favorite one is the Spider-Man one, where Spider-Man's like, yeah, like Daredevil's like, I can see the whole time. Yeah.
I killed my parents.
But I think my favorite one, though, is Spider-Man, where he's like, fuck responsibility. I'm like, yeah!
The Batman one is really funny. I killed my parents. Then you have a Punisher one where it says I don't kill people.
Yeah. Also, like, I guess, Tyler, Marco, you guys keep track of time because I don't want to run too long. I don't know how long we've been recording so far, but at least the live stream recording.
Like 14 minutes.
14?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, okay,
Do you
that's not
think
bad.
Jack Flag or is dead or alive after Cap tossed him?
That's the thing. Like, if it's... Just go ahead, Jake. You thought.
Wait, no.
Your live stream.
What was the question?
If you think that Jack Flag is dead or alive after Cap tossed him. When Captain pushed him off the helicopter.
In the comics?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't read any of the current Captain America stuff.
Yeah, but basically there's a scene where...
Jake doesn't read.
Yeah, basically...
I don't read!
And then he turns around, and that's the last panel of the comic where it says Hail Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
If everything, I don't know, you might, if he's a triple agent, I guess, they will find a way to not kill Jack Flag. But if Red Skull was controlling Cap the whole time, yeah, he's dead for sure. Because like the main thing, for example, what makes a good character is what the character has to do to surpass certain obstacles.
Yeah.
So the best thing that you can do to Captain is to take everything, like destroy his personality, I guess, and destroy his values. So that he has to regain them to make him grow as a character.
Yeah.
So in the way they are kind of adding more to the character.
Yeah.
In this way.
I'm gonna ask the chat, however many people are tuning in right now, probably 5 at most.
Like right now you have 5 people.
Woo! 5 people!
That's 6. Some of us are, I have it open to filter everything out.
You lovely people of the chat who, for whatever reason, are still tuning in, and hats off to you. Have you all seen Voltron yet on Netflix? Because I watched the first 2 episodes, actually right before we attempted to live stream earlier. That travesty. It's pretty cool so far. So, like, have any of you all seen it? And if so,
Is it still animated?
Yeah, it's still animated.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'd recommend it. It's pretty solid. Like, the first episode is about an hour long, and then the second one's about like 22
Oh,
minutes.
it's not a 20-30 minute series.
No, like only the first episode, as far as I know, is like an hour long. Then the others are probably only like 22 minutes.
Maybe don't spoil the show because Vegetable hasn't been able to see it.
Everyone dies, and Captain America is a Hydra agent.
It's cool and actually worth it.
Yeah, like I was just kind of like asking to see if anyone in the chat's seen it and what their thoughts on it are. Because I actually didn't really grow up with the original show from the 80s. Like I've seen like bits and pieces of it. But it wasn't one of those things that I grew up with, like Ninja Turtles, where I was kind of like, yeah, the Turtles. So I don't have like a whole lot of emotional attachment to it like other people. But it's pretty solid so far. Like, I'd recommend you all checking it out.
I binge watched the Voltron series. I don't like it as much as Voltron.
Who said that?
The comic.
I did.
Comic Geek Kid? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to go back and rewatch the original.
And I don't like Shiro.
I don't mind him so far. Like, he kind of just seems like your typical leader guy, where he's kind of like, "Let's go, gang! We gotta save the day." But again, I'm only 2 episodes in, so it could be one of those things where, like, by episode 3, I could easily be like, "Man, I don't like Shiro. He's a dick." So we'll see.
Yeah.
Guys, Jake was trying to make this a Q&A so you can ask questions about him, I guess. I don't know.
Huh?
Like you were trying to make a Q&A, right?
Yes.
What type of questions do you
On
want?
a scale of 1 to 10, how pale are you?
It should be pretty obvious. I don't know if you all can see like how pale this is, but this is like like nearly opaque pale. This is as tan as I get. Like my arms and face, this is as tan as I get. Like look at my legs. Look how pale that is.
Well,
And my nice loafers there.
it's pretty.
But as far as like questions, just pretty much whatever whatever you feel like asking, feel free to ask them.
Okay.
As long as they're not like too personal, like what's your address? That way I can come over and hang out. Because that's a little weird.
I hear they don't say any form, arms, and legs as they're making bullshit. Okay.
And
I
always
wish it was
say
like the 80s Voltron with music.
That is one thing that was missing in the first 2 episodes. Is like when they're forming Voltron, there isn't like this cool epic like. Because like in Power Rangers, even like when they're transforming into like the Zords, it's kind of like go go Power Rangers, and you're like, yeah, the Zord's gonna form, it's gonna kick some ass. But yeah, in like the first 2 episodes of Voltron, it's kind of just like let's transform, and then there's Voltron, which is still cool. But I guess like since I grew up in like the early '90s, and that was still a
This
thing.
is getting R-rated with Jake showing body. Says that you can do.
I can show more. No, that.
The FCC is going to be here soon.
No, it's best that I don't reveal anymore. Otherwise, everyone will go blind.
Rhino said hi and then typed a period. A
Hey,
couple of them actually.
greetings. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi, Rhino. Period.
That could have been worded so much better.
Phrasing, Marco. Phrasing.
Just joined and you're talking about Power Rangers.
Yeah, Power Rangers.
Do you want to
Oh,
talk about something else?
speaking of Power Rangers, what do you all think about the fact that that's being remade or rebooted with the Iron Man looking suits?
Yeah. I don't know. Like I was never much of a big fan of Power Rangers. I think that I used to watch like Saturday mornings as
Yeah.
a kid. But that was never like.
Tyler?
It's not a, you're welcome. It's not a stream without a belch.
Yeah, Tyler, do you have any emotional attachment to Power Rangers at all?
No. Like,
Okay.
I mean, the only attachment I guess you could say is that one of my friends would always play the song and ask me if I like it, and I was like, I guess. They'd be like, hey, you like Power Rangers, you're queer.
Huh.
It's like, oh,
See, again, like since I grew up in like the early '90s, that was like the thing. Is as soon as I'd get out of school, I would catch like I guess the newest episode or rerun or whatever Power Rangers, and yes, it is cheesy as all get out. Like like I don't know if all Power Rangers is still on
I've been
Netflix.
using Leaky Fun as the best memories ever.
Yeah, but
What I grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually.
yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh!
That too, that and Pokemon.
Yeah,
Like,
Pokemon.
I
Oh yeah.
always collect the cards, but it's like, ooh, shiny, cool looking picture.
Oh, no, yeah.
The card game.
I
Yu-Gi-Oh!
was-
like one of the best people.
I was all about that card game.
I pretty much played it until practically until I pretty much started high school, because then just not a lot of my friends played it. And
Are you saying
Are
you saying you didn't play Pokemon to get the ladies? Because that's what I did. I was just kind of like, look at my Charizard, ladies.
I can see like Jake walking around randomly in the street. He sees a pretty lady, just throws the lady Pokeball.
Yeah.
Just get over here.
That's how you get girlfriends these days. You throw a Pokeball at them, it's kind of like, you're mine now,
I gotta catch them all.
right? You agree with me, right, chat? Feel free to tell me if the chat's
Jake's
agreeing with me.
running around the street with a giant net and picking them up in it.
I put the net over the head. It's like, I got you. You're mine. Come with me
The
now.
Raiders look like dead soldiers.
The what?
What Vegetable said.
What do you say? What do you say?
He said the new Rangers look like Zed soldiers.
Yeah, they do actually. Like they look like a combination of like
Like, are
Zed.
you talking about the ones you told me? Because they look like Iron Man costumes.
Yeah, they look like a combination of like Iron Man, so like Iron Man suit, but like Zed soldiers. Because Zed was one of the original, or I think he was the villain in season 2 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yeah, that's actually a really, really good observation. Well done, Vegetable Tube. If I had something to award you, I would, but I don't. So, no prize.
No awards.
Yeah.
I really enjoy actually nursing.
But I did really love even like again, like when I was saying earlier, like when they had the original Power Rangers on Netflix, I rewatched it because I'm like, how well does this show hold up? It doesn't, but that's the beauty of it. Like whenever the Power Rangers are fighting like even putties, like the little minions, the overacting is insane. Like they get like punched once and they're like, ah! And then like sparks shoot out of them. It's amazing.
Yes, Carol likes the Lord.
Oh yeah, and just like
It's
again,
like the Evil Dead, but there's
don't
something
you
about
don't you
the-
dare talk bad about the Evil Dead. The Evil Dead is amazing.
Amazing. It's a masterpiece.
It is.
Like it's really weird.
I've been
Like
watching.
just given that's what doesn't make sense. They're just so old and so terribly affected and not great acting, but they're just some of the most beloved movies ever.
I wonder.
Kind words on my reward side vegetable too.
Yay!
Like I already told you this, but I've been watching. Actually, I finished the first season of Ash vs. Evil Dead, and really holds up. It's really good.
Well, I mean, Ash vs. Evil Dead just came out
I've
last
been
year.
hearing nothing but great things, but I've heard
It's
people
amazing.
say it's better than the films.
Oh,
Those are some
yeah,
bold words.
For some part, yeah, I think.
But okay. Here's the thing, though. The show has a bit of an advantage because it came out last year, whereas the last Evil Dead movie was Army of Darkness, which came out in like 94, 93 or 94.
Well, yeah, no, that was
So-
92. But then you had that remake that came out.
That movie sucked.
In Blu-ray,
I've heard many mixed things. I've heard some people say it was a decent reboot, and then I've heard other people say, "Oh my god, it's absolute shit."
It was one of those things where like I didn't go into it so it's like because just judging from the trailers, 'cause I didn't watch it until it came out like on DVD and Blu-ray. And like I remember me and my dad rented it because me and my dad are like big fans of the Evil Dead movies, and so we're kind of like, okay, so it's a remake. It's probably not gonna be very good, but let's rent it anyways. And so I remember like I was like, it's a straight up horror movie, and I was aware because I was like, okay, they want to go like just a sheer horror movie element, not like the kind of
It didn't have that campy
No.
elements.
And so I was like, okay, I can accept that because again, the original Evil Dead movie started out as like a horror. I mean, there was like kind of I guess little humorous moments, but I think it's meant to be more horror. But
Well, that's like it's almost unintentionally funny.
yeah, and then of course the second one, they're just like, let's essentially do the same thing but make it better. But
Yeah, and then add a lot of famous quotable lines.
yeah, like I'll swallow your soul. And say hello to my boomstick. But basically, the remake, I was like, okay, it'll be straight up horror, so it'll be different. That's fine. You know, it's a different rematching, whatever. I was bored out of my mind. Like when that movie ended, like me and my dad were just kind of like, ugh, that was not very good.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'll probably see it at some point. Also, from what I've just looked like, it's just an absolute bloodfest, is another thing.
Yeah, like it I feel like it was they definitely like kind of did well with like the gore and kind of like brutality and violence like in the original. But I feel like that was the only essence you got of the original movies is kind of like the kind of gross out factor of kind of like, you know, when someone gets like chainsawed, all the blood and guts shooting out all over the place.
Show that up as well.
And what's really interesting is that, like, things like back in those movies, you kind of almost can't even recreate that day, even with really low amounts of money. It's just not going to look the same.
Yeah.
Looks much better.
But yeah, I didn't care for the remake. What about you, Chat? Have you all seen the remake?
Really quiet.
No, that's fine. You know, we've got like 5 people.
Yeah.
We have 5 people.
Yeah.
Which is- That's exactly what I expected.
3.
I don't know.
I don't know if Jake has a win
I
over.
feel like, once again, I could just tweet this out, but should I?
Go for it. Maybe we can get.
All right, then,
Maybe
I'll
we
go
can
for
get
it.
6 people.
Spread the word to my friends and everything.
Yeah, come on. That's what I brought you guys in for, to help promote this and to be
I
moderators.
mean, I have been. It's just a matter of, like, how much promotion can I do?
Like, shell out as much money as you have in your bank account for this.
So, you mean a whole $200?
Yes.
Actually, it's a whole 150 because my bank account cannot go below 50.
Then 150. Give me all your $150 in your bank account for me, because I am a selfish asshole. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I hope, or at least I hope I'm not. And you too, Marco. If you have any euros, spend those euros on promotion to help make me very super famous.
7 euros.
that's like the equivalent of like almost 15 American dollars. So that's gas money.
All right, there, you got your tweet. I tagged you in it.
Yay!
Now I did it. Hello, I don't know who you are or what your content is, but your stream came up and now I'm interested. He started. It sounded like he was quoting Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are or what your content is, but all I know is I saw that, so I'm here. So I have found you, and I'm not going to kill you.
Let's hope not.
Jake, you should probably do something to keep Keith interested.
Comment and let me know what you think of my Liam Neeson impersonation.
Not very good.
It's okay.
Fuck off. Okay, you do a better Liam Neeson impersonation, you Irishman.
Well, yeah, but Liam Neeson doesn't do his Northern Irish accent in the Taken movies, though. He's got an American accent.
Okay, Keeter, we are.
You could still absolutely sound like him.
Jake,
What?
maybe say to Keeter, the new spectator, that you are accepting questions and
Yeah.
conflicts.
Hello. This is kind of a Q&A, just hangout session. Feel free to ask questions, and just whatever we're talking about. Feel free to contribute your thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, and since you don't know the content that Jake makes, it basically there's a lot of videos about music, comics, films.
Yeah, comics, as you can hopefully tell by the posters behind me. Marvel to the left and DC to the right there.
This poster right here.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he just has the all end all question.
What's that?
Jake, the comic kid asked, what did you think about BVS?
This is gonna be interesting.
This is going to be fun because I love it and Jake hates it.
I don't hate it. It's
I
just
don't really like it either now. We're both on the same page. Although I feel like Jake dislikes it more, but
okay.
The thing is,
I don't blame him.
the thing is, as a spectator, I love it. As a critic, I know that the film sucks, but there's so much good stuff in it. For example, when that guy with the the wheelchair is thinking around in his garage, making a bomb, you can actually see in the walls. You can see a replication of the cover of the first Action Comics.
Yeah.
This really neat details that make the film.
Really here's, I guess I could either
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra. I could either okay. So I'll leave this up to you, chat. I can do one of two things.
Batman
I can either
Superman versus Hydra. Let's go.
Oh man. Well, if it's Batman v Superman from the movie, Hydra would probably win because like Superman. Well, actually, I don't know because Batman is just he's a bloodthirsty murderer in Batman v Superman, and Superman's a mopey. So okay, yeah, Batman and Superman would win because Superman will kill people, Batman will kill people, no hesitation really. Like Superman will probably feel bad. Yeah, exactly. Which that was one of my big issues is Superman was just all sad and depressed. It's just kind of like, oh my god, amongst men, I'm so sad. It's like, what? Yeah. It's like, I'm so powerful.
Like, sexy time in the tub.
Yeah, that was the only time he was happy, and he should be because he's spending quality. He's spending.
I mean,
yeah, he's spending quality time with his fiance, and then Batman is just a serial killer. Yeah, like Batman just goes around killing people.
I was surprised that she was even forced, really.
Yeah, I don't know if she's
from Italy.
She is?
Really?
Yeah, she was. I don't know if she lived there, but I know. Yeah, she was born in Italy.
Nifty.
Did not know.
But yeah, to answer your question, I guess I didn't care for it that much. There were a lot of things I did like, but it was one of those things where for every like I had, there were like 5 dislikes.
Okay, Jake.
Yes.
Let me ask you this: Apocalypse or BBS?
I don't mind.
Probably Apocalypse. Because Apocalypse, there was a solid story throughout, whereas Batman v Superman, although I am hoping that the extended cut,
Also, apparently, Cake Eater's even more interested in your channel now.
Woo! Thank you.
Your comics, I knew it. Cake Eater.
Hopefully, you'll enjoy my content. And if not,
I'm gonna watch.
But basically, Apocalypse had a story throughout, whereas Batman v Superman, the theatrical cut, I'm hoping the extended cut explains things.
Yeah,
But the theatrical cut was
I've been
just.
hearing so far. I've just heard nothing but great things about the
Yeah.
extended edition.
And I will say this, from the trailer they released of the extended cut, that explained more in like that 2.5 minutes than a 2.5 hour movie. So I'm really looking forward to that. Because the movie was just kind of like, hey, here's a scene.
How much more of the movie it'll actually be with the ultimate cut?
I know
3 hours.
the fight scene between Batman and Superman was extended. The whole Africa scene was extended. Because that was like a whole thing where I'm like, who cares? Like, what is going on here?
Africa scene.
Exactly. But saves Lois. Like I think it's like one of the first
That
scenes.
wasn't Africa. That was like Pakistan.
No, that was North Africa.
Did they actually say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was when Jimmy Olsen, good old Jimmy Olsen, got shot in the face, and they didn't even establish that he was Jimmy Olsen. It's just kind of like, what is going on here? You shoot Jimmy Olsen in the face, and you don't
Jimmy
even.
Olsen from the fucking shitty Supergirl show.
See, I still haven't seen that show, but
Yes.
that's why I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. Like the Mark, I already know you especially expressed your hatred for how much they screwed over Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, I love Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
He's even more powerful than Superman.
Oh yeah, like I will defend Martian Manhunter. He's in my top 5 DC heroes, and I do believe that he can beat Superman. Take that, comment section, if you're a big Superman fan, and take that, internet.
They screw up everything. They screw up Jimmy Olsen. Kind of.
Yeah,
They
but
screw up,
this guy right here can beat this guy right here.
You know, that's like I acknowledge that like Superman is, as far as I know, my favorite DC character, but even I acknowledge he's not immortal. Unlike fucking most idiots nowadays, they think Batman's immortal. He can kick anybody's ass.
Superman 1 million is immortal. It's practically God.
Yeah.
Like, do you know the story about it, Tyler?
What?
Superman 1 million.
You mean?
Is that the one where he like flew into the sun and was able to like warp reality and all that?
Exactly.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
Basically, everyone that he knew and heard died, and he went to the sun for 500 years.
Yeah.
Stated when he came back, there was a whole generation of Superman.
Yeah.
He basically grabbed as before that, he searched the galaxy. He learned everything there is to learn. Then he came back. Then he grabbed the power from every Superman that there is. One of them was married to a god. Gods from another dimension, the fifth dimension, that they can warp reality.
Yeah.
And basically, that's how he got the power.
Okay. Vegetable said Manhunter can't take Superman heat Vizio.
Yeah, Vision.
Well, here's the thing. Like Superman, like even if Superman's heat vision is more powerful than Martian Manhunter's, Martian Manhunter can just phase through it because he has the intangibility. So, and I think they're roughly about this.
Anything Martian Manhunter can't do.
No. Yeah.
Like it's one of those things where even like both Superman and Martian Manhunter it's one of those things where like we still only know a fraction of what they are capable of. Like even for as long as
That's another question I learned. Again, for people who don't know, I'm not comic savvy like these two fuckers over here, but I'm learning. But is it like the same thing with Superman, where essentially if he's on his planet, you know, he's normal, but on Earth he's like immortal and has all this cool shit?
No,
and
Martian Manhunter, even on Mars, has the same exact abilities to the same degree. And even Superman himself, like I forget which comic, I want to say it was New 52. Like at one point, I forget who he was talking to, but he was saying that there's only a handful of people, like basically just like enough people that he could count on one hand. He was like, there's only like enough people that I could count on one hand that I would be afraid of fighting, and one of which is Martian Manhunter, because again, in terms of strength,
Martian Manhunter is in the top of it.
yeah.
Hold on, I can answer Vegetable's question. Why has this battle not happened yet? Because DC is so fucking stupid, and they only want to use Batman and Superman. It took them this goddamn long to start using other people.
And like, I'm not gonna say DC's stupid, but they do need to like branch out. And I like the fact that the DC universe, they're taking chances with like Suicide Squad. Never would have expected that to happen. Aquaman, but here's what I would love. Like, let's say like Justice League, like after I guess like the DC Phase 1, they introduced Martian Manhunter. Because again, in New 52, Martian
Have
Manhunter,
they even said if Martian Manhunter will be in Justice League?
probably not.
Yeah, I've not heard anything about it.
But,
And
like-
I said, as far as I know, he is one of the main founding members of
Yeah.
it.
And in New 50,
Like normally it's between him or Cyborg.
Yeah.
And I prefer Martian Manhunter way
Yeah.
better.
yeah, like Cyborg is fine, but I think he's better as like a supporting player. Like from what I read of his solo run and the like after the Convergence like DCU, I was kind of like, it's not awful, but I'm like, I don't really care about Cyborg.
Jake.
Yes.
Yeah, Katie here in comic book just pointed out some interesting points.
What's
yeah,
that?
that's what I'm going to say. In the New 52, Martian Manhunter took on the entire Justice League.
Yeah.
He did, like, the New 52 book is actually pretty good. I read it.
Yeah. And I was actually going to bring that up too. Is like he's taking on the entire Justice League at the same time. It's not like Dragon Ball Z style where people volunteer. It's like, well, it's my turn to fight now. No, he's fighting everyone at the
just like
same
any
time.
action movie, like especially shit like The Matrix and those
Yeah.
kind of movies where they all take one of theirs. It's like, no, go all in at once. Like I get you can get in the way and hit each other.
Yeah.
But go all out. Fuck
But no,
it.
so, like Martian Manhunter is taking on the entire Justice League all at once, just him by himself. Like he's shape shifting. He's like using eye vision and tangibility, just like punching people here and like throwing people
All right,
there.
here's an ultimate question: was there ever a comic where Martian Manhunter got his ass handed to him?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but like another thing with like Martian Manhunter to the degree of Superman, he's never used his full like strength ever. So it's one of those things where it kind of begs the question. It's like, well, what is he? Because I know in like I think it was the '90s, like one of his few solo runs in the '90s, which is really good by the way. He actually fused with Mars. He fused with an entire planet. So to me, that's kind of like, okay, if he can fuse with an entire planet, who's to say like he couldn't like essentially become that sentient planet and like almost become like Ego, the living planet in Marvel, or there's a DC equivalent too, and just like start throwing punches at Superman or whoever as a planet.
Okay, two things, guys. First, Vegetable 2 is asking, what is Manhunter doing in Rebirth? Nothing. The second one, Cake Eater. I'm not going to enjoy the DC EU until the Shazam movie comes out, but that's like 3 years away, so yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think that they are not even going to do a Shazam movie. Because
Yeah.
they announced that the Rock was going to play
Shazam or Black Adam, yeah.
but they don't have a director, they
Yeah.
didn't announce any other casting
Mhm.
members.
They probably just had it pitched, and then so there's all right. Let's get our priorities worked out
The-
for this year, next year, then let's pick it up.
The way I kind of saw that is, I think DC grabbed up The Rock before Marvel got a hold of him. Because Marvel are
They
basically
want him.
Marvel will grab like someone of the caliber of The Rock, he's a movie star. Like regardless of what you think about his acting abilities or whatever, he's one of the few like actors who can like sell movie tickets. And he even expressed
He
interest.
absolutely is.
Yeah, and he
And
even
like I said, he is one of the highest paying actors.
Yeah.
I think like 10 million per film he's in.
and he even expressed interest in playing either like Luke Cage or there's another Marvel character that he expressed interest in playing.
Yeah, and again, he's overall a great person. Like
Yeah.
in interviews and stuff, people say he's a really
He seems like a really nice guy, very charismatic.
Hugh Jackman.
Kind of. Although, but basically, I think there's one of those things where DC,
Well, actually, no, what am I saying?
like DC, were kind of like, okay, so Marvel have all these great actors. Let's start just grabbing up people. We'll give them a role. We'll see where it goes. So I think they could easily change him to like Lobo. Like they end up making a Lobo movie, which I think he would actually be better suited for Lobo than Black Adam. But we'll see where that happens. Because I also heard a rumor on Comics Amino that Channing Tatum might play Shazam. I'm not crazy about that, but we'll see.
Now that I didn't hear about it, I heard there were still the thing saying that he's going to play as Gambit.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, I don't know. Apparently, a lot of people really are into Gambit.
Like, no, Gambit's a cool character, but I think if you're going to do a solo movie, introduce him in a X-Men movie first, and then if he's well received, that's when you spin him off into a solo movie. And also, the original budget for the Gambit movie was like 140 million. Like, it was even higher than it's just like, but Gambit doesn't need like 140 million. He doesn't need 100 million. Give him a Deadpool budget, and he'll do fine.
I mean, he might age to almost need 100 million.
No,
Because, he has like magic and stuff.
no, not magic. Like he uses kinetic energy.
Give objects connecting it.
Yeah.
So can throw things really hard.
But yeah, but I still think they could do it on like a Deadpool budget of like 58 to like 65 million tops, and it would still be fine. But I guess
also if you got the right people.
Yeah, again, that's
another thing I've noticed. It seems like no matter what, even if you have a really large budget, you also need people who can actually do effects right.
Is Warner Brothers getting ahead of itself? Jeff Johns is taking a strong hold now.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Exactly.
I don't know, because like I think appointing Jeff Johns as kind of like the Kevin Feige of the DC Cinematic Universe is a good move, because you need someone who knows the source material. Granted, I still would have preferred Bruce Timm as like the Kevin Feige, because I love Bruce Timm. He gave us the animated Batman series, the Superman animated series, Justice League animated series.
He was basically the director behind all the DC animated universe.
Yeah, pretty much all the
DC.
DC.
It was Amazon Studio series.
What?
Never heard of it.
They're supposed to have Gambit is an Amazon Studio series.
Really?
Like it's gonna be like an Amazon Prime series.
I think a TV show could work better than a movie, just because like if you did like the Gambit and like the Thieves I think Thieves Guild or whatever, I think that would be pretty cool. But as a movie, I'm still kind of like I would go see it, but as of right now, I'm kind of like if they're like, hey guys, Gambit's back on track.
Yeah, we all know Jay. He'll go see anything that they're doing. Like he did go see Fan Four Stick.
Out of morbid curiosity, because I was like, surely the movie isn't that bad. And then I saw the movie and I'm like, oh my god, it is that bad.
I'm going to tell you a story that basically that movie came out and I was like, I'm not going to watch this.
Mm-hmm.
And something happened. I was going to
you eventually ended up going seeing it.
No, let me explain you
Let me explain, Tyler. Jeez.
Like, I went to the cinema with my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, and we were like, okay, we're not going to pay attention to that
girlfriend in the first place.
What? Yeah, I had, like, we actually did it for a month, a year.
You actually did it? Way to go, Marco!
What?
Anyways, pursue your story.
I said, sorry. But that too, but okay.
I can't tell, your accent is too thick.
I'm sorry, but we dated for a
I
year.
wouldn't be surprised. I don't know how you Portuguese lifestyles live.
Are you talking about if I'm virgin? No, I'm not.
What? Hey, just go on with the story. Go on with the
Okay,
story.
basically, we went to the cinema.
We're not a family-friendly channel, folks.
Not anymore.
We went to the cinema, and we were like, okay, let's go to a movie that, like, in Portugal, we can see the location for the screenings. So, okay, that's 100%. Let's go to that one. Like, we went there, and people start walking in, and I'm like, okay, we're not going to stay here because we are teenagers. We don't want to pay attention to the movie because we even chose a crappy movie. So I'm like, okay, follow my lead. So I went outside. I'm like, oh yeah, to the security guy. I lost my ticket, so I don't know in what room the movie is. Can you please tell me? And he's like, okay, yeah, sure. What movie is it? And I'm like, Ant-Man. Then he's like, but Ant-Man went, like, we stopped screening Ant-Man yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually I meant Fantastic Four. Okay, that one. And like, I was really like, basically, and that's how I ended up seeing Fantastic Four.
See, I saw Fantastic Four like at a late night showing, like with me and Jordan, one of the co-hosts of the channel. Like we were kind of like, let's just go see the movie, see how bad it is. And we were the only ones at the theater, and probably the only, like we were the only ones in that like cinema, like seeing that movie, obviously because the movie bombed. But I think we were the only ones at the cinema as well. So I'm surprised that like when we bought our tickets, the guy at the concession wasn't like, really, you're gonna go see this movie? There are other movies out, you know.
I mean, they don't care. Like,
I know, but
sales or
I feel like if I was like running the concessions and someone's like, I want a ticket for Fan Four Stick, I'd be like, no, you don't. Trust me, you don't.
Yeah, please save your money. I'm actually going to be nice. I don't want.
Yeah, it's like you can wait for this to come out on like Blu-ray and DVD or Redbox. That just trust me, go see another movie.
Did you guys went to see Hardcore Henry?
I did.
I didn't.
I saw Hardcore Henry and Jake did it.
Okay, I saw that in the cinemas too, and I'm like, I went to buy a ticket with my friend, and the girl selling me the tickets was like, wait, you know that this is a first-person shooter movie? Like, because apparently, like, yes, I'm like, yeah, I know, I saw the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
That's honestly kind of what really made it so great.
Exactly, and like the girl just basically starts explaining that people just walked out of the theater in the middle of the movie because they didn't want to see that,
Yeah.
and asked for their money back. I'm like, what? Why are you even buying a ticket to the movie that you haven't seen the trailer, that you don't know?
Okay, I gotta just point this out. I love what comic geek kid said. I watched Van Forstic on a plane and left, and let's just say I wanted to jump off the plane after it.
Yeah. Like imagine he was like, if he was anywhere near like one of the like near the door where it's like emergency, push this lever to like open the door. He's probably like,
and he started going crazy and running around the plane and just slamming his head against the window.
yeah,
Let me out of here!
And
yeah,
then a lawsuit came. This just in. This film caused a kid to commit suicide off a plane.
yeah. No, I agree. CG.
You guys hear like it's really old news, but apparently there's like it's the 6th episode of Pokemon that made people with epilepsy die because.
Oh yes, I have heard about that. It was the episode with Porygon.
Yeah, it's a 6th one, I think.
Yeah, I think that episode got banned because I don't think I ever watched it. Because I think by the time like it aired or was supposed to air, they banned it. So I don't think I actually have ever seen that episode.
Something like that.
It just aired in Japan, I think.
Like I said,
Yeah.
especially the original Pokemon, they've always had a lot of weird lawsuit issue censorship, especially when it came to James.
Well, yeah, like I mean, I love Japan, but there are some weird people with some weird.
There's no denying that.
Some weird stuff. And so obviously they have to censor a lot of the anime and like that stuff, like when it comes over here to like, or just not even to the US, but like other countries. Some countries are more lenient, some are more strict. And so it's one of those things where like some countries, like they let some things slide, but then other things they're kind of like, no, that's not going to happen. Because I think there was like 1% of Pokemon that got banned in the US and maybe in like some parts of Europe where James was dressed up as a female and had bosoms.
Way to put it.
Who would win?
No. Let Jake finish the story.
Well, yeah, basically it was just one of those things where like he was dressed as a very voluptuous woman, shall we say?
Yeah, and then like Jesse, I think she almost like groped him or something.
Yeah, it was something like that, so he got banned. But as far as who would win between,
then especially there's some really weird, upset people like Richard be like, "Why is this not the game?"
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's actually a really interesting battle because like take Deadpool's healing factor aside, both of which have military training, so both like are skilled in combat, not just in like
and
weapons.
Won't hold any back. They're just gonna kill till you die.
Ugh.
But like,
Okay, so let's just say that like this is just sheer combat. Like obviously Deadpool has his healing factor, but I think Punisher would find a way to beat him. Obviously he can't kill him, but I think Punisher would find a way to beat him.
Punisher finds a way to separate Deadpool's head from
Yeah.
the body.
To at least keep him down long enough to where like if Deadpool got in his way, he could at least put him down long enough to kind of fulfill his mission or whatever. That's what I think.
Strength, I think Deadpool wins. Velocity, I don't know. Like that was teleport belt.
Yeah, he's got that teleporting belt. Yeah.
Teleportation belt. So maybe he has that advantage.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I like the main thing is that Punisher fights with weapons.
yeah.
He doesn't have a sword.
Well, even like hand to hand, Punisher is very adept at like hand to hand combat, like just like fist fighting and stuff like that. And again, like he's really good at like strategizing, and that's what I think would kind of give him the advantage in terms of like a short skirmish. Like if those two just like kind of fought each other. Again, I think Punisher would be able to like kind of beat him in terms of like maybe he would
Yeah,
like.
that's what Comic Geek says. He said you don't need to kill someone to beat them, so I think
Yeah.
Punisher would win.
Yeah.
Still, but you guys have to consider the guns because
But at the same time, I'd imagine the issue is because again, Deadpool does have his healing factor. He would be a harder person to
Yeah.
knock
Like
down.
now, if this was like just a sheer death battle of
Yeah,
like.
imagine he's just Wade Wilson and not Deadpool. Then I imagine it's
Yeah. But again, Punisher against Deadpool in like a death battle, like where they just meet up. Obviously, Deadpool wins just for his healing factor. But But like, if this was just one of those things where like,
Or better yet, Wade Wilson before he became Deadpool.
oh, Punisher.
You know.
Because again, Wade Wilson was pretty skilled and stuff like that. Like, you know, he was well versed in, you know, different from combat, like hand to hand and, you know, guns and swords and stuff like that. But I still feel like Punisher has a bit more of an edge over Wade Wilson pre Deadpool.
But the Punisher is more hardcore. Yeah.
Damn straight.
There's no denying that we've all seen.
I don't know who said that comment, but damn straight, I agree.
Okay, what about Taskmaster versus Punisher?
Probably Taskmaster, because Taskmaster, his ability is he's able to like analyze and copy people's moves. Like some of the only people who have beat Taskmaster is Deadpool, just because Deadpool's a crazy nut job, and not even Taskmaster was able to predict him. I mean, I think Punisher could probably hold his own, but it's still one of those things where Taskmaster would probably be like, "Oh, I've realized your training, so I can beat you this way."
Well, Kid also said, "I'm also a little biased because I find Deadpool annoying."
Everybody finds Deadpool annoying.
I like him in small doses. Like the movie was great, and I liked some Deadpool. I like Deadpool in some comics, but I'm not one of those people where like I'm always going to read Deadpool because he's kind of hit and miss for me. I like him in small doses, and that's about it.
Like his previous run was good. The first like maybe 5 issues of this run were also good, but like from then on was just bad.
Yeah. And I like him sometimes as a supporting character too. Like when he again with like when he's with characters like say Cable or Colossus, characters who kind of like go against what he is. I think that's a good chemistry. Like again, that's why him and Cable work so well. Is because Cable's like to the book of like, okay, here's what we got to do, and here's how we're gonna do it. And Deadpool's just kind of like, who gives a shit about that, and just goes in guns blazing. And so I think Deadpool is also a really good complementary character. So that way you get enough of him, but it's not like full-blown like fourth wall breaking joke and all this stuff and his crazy antics to where you're kind of like, I get it, you're the funny guy. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this from like people who watch this down the road who are hardcore Deadpool fans, but whatever.
Changing subjects a bit. Right now, probably one of the best comics right now and probably of the year and in the recent years is the Tom King run on Vision.
Yeah, I read the first issue of that, and I kind of picked it up on a whim. Oh my god!
Vision?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it was one of those things where it took me by complete surprise.
It was so good. Like
I know.
The series will probably just have 12 issues because DC just made Tom King sign an exclusivity contract.
Yeah.
On Batman, at least for. Not just in Batman, but basically just brand stuff for DC.
Yeah.
Because they were afraid that Marvel would scope them to his side.
Yeah.
Because they are right. The Vision storyline is so good right now.
Yeah. Like it starts out one way, and it kind of has that like lead up to the end of the issue. I'm not going to spoil it for people, but like the end of the first issue, you're kind of like, what? Oh my god! You're like it was completely unexpected, and it's just.
I'm not caught up on the comic, but I just read the first one. Something really cool in that comic is that they tell you where things are going, but even with them telling you, you are surprised because they do it. It's so good.
Yeah. So yeah, like if you know, for people who are either in the chat or people who watch this later on down the road, if you haven't read Vision, just on the first issue, because I wish I could have kept up with it, but you know, the comic book store here in town for the longest time was really bad, and now they don't even sell comics, so I've fallen behind on a lot of stuff. But yeah, basically just from that first issue.
On everything. Don't feel too bad.
Get in on it, man. Again, rob a bank, do what you got to do to get money, and start reading comics, watch Game of Thrones, like buy the DVDs and Blu-rays of the seasons that are out right now. It's so good.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, you sound like a housewife. You need me to do this and that.
And make me a sandwich too while you're at it, Tyler.
Vegetable.
Only if you want me to blow up your house, because that'll most likely happen.
Okay, vegetable soup. Basically, I'm loving the Ultimates. Who do you think chained up in eternity? I'm really behind on the Ultimates, but like it's been good. I prefer like the old Ultimates before they joined this universe. But the new run is good, yeah, for sure.
I actually haven't read any of the
On
Ultimates.
the stuff, so yeah, I don't have a guess of who changed that maternity.
Yeah, I don't know either. I haven't read any of the Ultimate stuff unless. No, Jonathan Hickman's run on Fantastic Four as part of the Ultimates universe, wasn't it?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. So I read the first volume of that, and it was fine, but I just don't care about Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
I don't think really anybody did.
And again, like it was well written. Like Jonathan Hickman's a really good writer, but it was just
Fantastic Four were like the comic
what?
To go.
What was that?
Well, that's probably because back then, there wasn't a whole lot to go around. They were really the main things that were there. That was it.
Yeah, you were
That was still back when they started.
Fantastic Four and
Spider-Man.
Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
America was another one too, but yeah, those were mainly just those ones back then.
Well, Captain America really didn't even become that. Like, so, obviously he was popular back in the 40s when he first started due to propaganda.
Yeah, but no, the 60s, that's when especially trouble when you had characters like Iron Man, Daredevil,
Yeah.
Thor, and all those coming in.
Yeah. And also,
Which honestly, everyone says the 40s and 50s are the golden age. I almost feel like, the 60s and 70s were the golden age because that's where you had, the majority of the characters that are now.
true. That's when like comics kind of had that second boom. But I think the golden age isn't referring to like so much the quality. I think it's just because that was when comics were kind of first becoming like, oh, that's like a popular thing. Yeah. And then the Silver Age is kind of like when. Again, you got the classic or the now classic characters like Flash, Barry Allen Flash, not Jay Garrick and Alan Scott was the original Green Lantern. And then the Silver Age.
They made him gay recently.
Yeah, I think like a few years back they made him gay in like an alternate universe or something like that.
To be honest, I have no problems towards gay people, of course. But I think that they should just create new characters.
Yeah, no, like that's actually something.
Yeah, look at that issue of Superman back in 2003 where it turned him into a gay person. The pink Kryptonite series.
That's actually something we kind of covered in our last podcast about like DC Rebirth. Like we mostly covered DC Rebirth, but we were kind of talking about how more so with Marvel, they're kind of like Thor's a woman now, and like Falcon is Captain America.
Isn't Thor played by Jane Foster though?
Yeah, Jane Foster's Thor now in the comics, and it's like
to be honest, that series is pretty good.
That's what I've heard. But it's one of those things where like if it serves the story, then that's perfectly fine. But like if they're just making these characters
just for the sake of it,
yeah, for the sake of like diversity, then I'm like, I feel like that's more insulting because they're kind of like, hey, so we couldn't make a brand new like ethnic character, so instead we're gonna give like Captain America to an ethnic character, or we're gonna make Thor a woman now because we can't come up with like original characters. When it's like, no, like
it's a way to shut up people.
Yeah, and again, that's kind of like, I'm not even saying they have to start off with like a brand new character in a solo series, but like say if they have a good idea for a new character who's like a different ethnicity, start them off in like say a Captain America comic. If they become popular enough, that's when you spin them off to a solo series. That's how it starts. Like yeah, like that's
an example of how to do.
Yeah. And that's how it started back in the day. Like Wolverine started as a Hulk villain, but then when the mutant, like I think it was X Factor or not New Mutants, but basically like I think it was in the 70s when they kind of like started the new team of X-Men. That's when they were like, well, who else do we have? Because that's when Nightcrawler, Colossus, and basically they were like, let's get different characters from different backgrounds, like from different countries and ethnicities. And then that's when they're like, oh, let's bring Wolverine in because he was popular in the Hulk run. Let's have him be a mutant and be a part of the X-Men. So Marvel and DC, if you're listening, because I'm going to entertain the absurd notion that they listen to random podcasts and live streams on the internet. If you're listening, that's the way you do it. Not trying to tell you how to do your job, but that's how you do it.
You see Spider-Man No More, upcoming stories in Jack.
Really, Marco used to guys they're talking to us.
Talk to us, but not. Okay,
It's
first of
dirty
all,
to me.
What?
you should die, Tyler. Okay.
What's going on?
First of all, we have Vegetable 2. You see Spider-Man Dead No More, upcoming stories, Jekyll reviving Uncle Ben and Peter's dead friends. Basically, like I don't like the new Spider-Man run, but the main I think that now they are.
Spider-Man is almost seem to be falling off the map now. Like no one really cares about it anymore.
But like the Spider-Man series is good, like because Miles Morales is the Spider-Man in there. But the Amazing Spider-Man is not, because like Peter Parker was loved because he was a teenager.
Yeah.
And like he couldn't handle his life and being a superhero, the struggles and all that. But now he has a company that he's successful.
Yeah.
Then you have Kate Eater. What character do you think did better successfully? Silk or Spider-Woman? I personally think Spider-Woman did better, and I don't really read them. I don't really read them, but it's an interesting topic.
I'm not that familiar with either character because I really don't even read a whole lot of Spider-Man.
We are officially live for an hour.
Okay.
No.
I mean, isn't that good?
Yeah, but I think we can keep this going, then we'll probably start wrapping it up. Like,
more 30 minutes.
I don't know, I guess, like, from what I know of the characters, I think Spider-Woman is more of, like, an interesting character than Silk. But since I haven't read any of the comics of either character, I'm not sure. And I'm going to grab me a bottle of water, so you'll talk and entertain the people in the chat.
So, I think that...
And while I'm gone, you all can marvel at these nice posters.
Answering to Kate Eater, I think that Spider-Woman did better. Because, for example, she was kind of a big deal in the Skrull invasion. And Silk just doesn't show up anymore. The comic kid, I don't like how Spider-Man is like a shield agent now. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's what I said before. The Amazing Spider-Man series isn't that good, but then you have the Spider-Man series that stars Miles Morales, and it's amazing. Amazing Spider-Man is old man now. Yeah,
I will say
pretty much.
one of the Spider-Man series that I've been wanting to check out is Spider-Man Noir. I don't know if anybody's read that, but if you have, give me recommendations.
I haven't, but it's on my reading list.
Well, I guess on the subject, I hope you don't care, Jake, but if I promote my channel, shall we say?
No, you son of a bitch. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so that's the thing, since I'm just sitting here. Yeah, I also have a channel. I don't really do much on comic stuff, but I mainly do mainly movie reviews is my main thing I do, and then also, starting to do other content branching out. But mainly what I do over my channel is movie reviews. And like I said, I'm getting into comics more. Specifically the book part, I always see the films and stuff. Actually, let me see if I get a link.
He also does a lot of softcore porn, so if you're into that, feel free to check him out there.
What?
So he's not denying it, so, you know, if you're into that stuff, go check out TCM6420.
Yeah. But again, I'm still debating on removing the number so it seems more professional, because now it seems like any channel name, it's just words, not numbers. So I don't know.
Jake, your video screen is like 1 inch by 1 inch screen, or can you make it bigger?
I don't, what? Let me look at this.
Yeah, let me see.
Oh, that's what it's talking about. It's just the way the Skype thing. I don't know. That doesn't have to be a thing he is to do. Just be careful you don't fuck it up and break something.
Oh, I see. Just click on
yeah, but that's just because it's viewing the Skype.
No, but you can alter it, I think.
Okay.
No.
What?
No, I'm down to 43 subs. Fuck!
Okay, so what do I do
Okay,
to fix the screen?
Jake, maybe just... I don't know if this works. Try to click on your image.
Oh, well, shit. Well, there you go. There's my channel.
That do anything?
Let me see.
Yeah, and usually I do weekly uploads as well.
They are complaining because your webcam is really small.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's just go by the preview photo of Jake's camera.
What if I like scoot my laptop up closer? Better.
Alright, I think you're going to lose a couple viewers.
Well, this is gonna happen. It's gonna happen regardless. It's my own doing this time. Not because I'm tech illiterate and couldn't get the hang of the live stream the first time.
Yeah, I don't know why it fucked up. My guess is, had to adjust to the settings and stuff. And then it was, alright, now we know you're set up, now we can actually make this shit good and not. For what everyone said, space fed is alien languages.
No. But things seem to be going well overall, so yay.
Compared to the first try.
Yeah, compared to the first try. Oh my god. Let's.
You got a small one. Yeah, but Jake can't do anything about it because that's just the display. That's how it shows things.
Yeah, if I do another live stream.
We can fuck around with it, but no.
Yeah.
Hell, it took us almost 2 hours to get this up and going.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna try and do a live stream again at some point, but I'll try to work out the kinks. Yeah, no, I think.
Okay, just
yes.
check. I know something you can do.
Okay.
Don't do anything. In the top left corner, there's like a mini arrow. Just drag it to the top. I think that way you can.
Mistakes might soon be made.
No.
This is as big as I can make it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't sound like there's too much.
Jake, I asked in the comments if anyone read any indie stuff so that we could
Oh, yeah.
things. And apparently people read.
I like how Jessup said Jake got a small one.
The Invincible.
I just saw that crown.
Not sure how to interpret that.
Well, I mean, Jake is a short man, but I don't know about that.
Question for another time.
Okay, bring up my virginity. You bring up Tyler's penis.
So what was the original
I
question?
heard that wrong first off.
Something about like indie comics, I think.
Yeah, okay. The comic kid wants to read The Walking Dead outside. I think that we can do this by topics. Walking Dead, Tyler. But Tyler, I know that you don't read Walking Dead, right?
Not really. And the only Walking Dead part I ever did care about was Telltale's fantastic game.
That was a really good game.
That was the only adaptation they seemed to do right outside of the books. Because the show sucks, to be honest.
It has gone downhill.
It's okay. It's getting worse.
Yeah.
And it's really not going to improve no matter how much.
I already said this million
Oh, for
times.
fuck's sake, the Northern Readers is practically looking at other stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said to do a Ghost Rider series.
He said he'd be up to,
also,
but
he's going to be in Kojima's new game.
Oh yeah.
like he said he would want to play Ghost Rider, but whether they'll go with him or not, who knows? But I guess to answer the question, I do read like some independent comics. Like I love actually my all-time favorite comic book, Why the Last Man, is an Image comic. Same with Saga, also written by Brian K. Vaughan, my all-time favorite writer. Some other good indie comics. Scott. What?
I'm on volume 3 of Why the Last Man.
It's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Another.
Can't you see the chapter followed by using to that?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, well, more so, essentially, we're assigned here, me and Margaret, we're specifically the ones who will not only participate, but also essentially moderate and read off the comments.
Yeah.
Because I figured, like, just me by myself answering questions. And thank God I did bring you guys in, because otherwise I'd probably be sitting here and I'm like, what is this? What do I do?
And again, hopefully this will be a great way to promote the series. Now, Marco, you need to start on a series.
Yeah. But also some more good indie comics. Scout Pilgrim versus the World, that whole run is amazing. Preacher is great.
Actually, also speaking of this, Jake, you start reading the Fables comic you got?
So I've had like a bunch of trades just piled up on my little end table over there. But I think that's next on my list. Yeah.
Because Fables is great.
Yes, Marco.
Your quality, the camera quality is really bad. I don't know if it's or not, but
Yeah, it's kind of there, but again, it's still tolerable.
yeah.
And again, I can't imagine it's too important.
Yeah, Fables is one of the ones next on my list of my trades to reads. I've got that. I've got the
and again,
first.
you got the one with Bigby in it, then Fables is amazing. I love Bigby.
First volume of Fables. I've got the first volume of Ravine, which I forget who publishes that.
Hashtag YouTubers of Avino.
Woo!
Okay.
It's a pound sign.
Yeah.
So apparently, Geek with Walking Dead, which I do too. I'm all caught up. It's amazing. It's just like I Last Man, where it gets better through time.
Then there's Invincible. Hey, Mohi's here. And you
Hey,
have
Mohi.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay, what's the question, Mohi?
The question he said, what scene did you like in Captain America? And he put that below it.
I mean, you
I'm
mean
gonna
Civil
get into
War?
this, Mohi. You have to talk about the film, and I'm going to just
Yeah.
forward to the most recent
It's the most
one.
recent one.
It don't make much sense.
I mean,
go to my jail, you fucker.
the whole movie is great. But
Absolutely.
probably, I mean, pretty much any scene that Black Panther's in, he just completely steals the show.
Yeah, but I think anybody's probably going to agree the airport fight scene was.
That was pretty amazing.
I went online just to see that, like, going to an illegal, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, the way Marco's leaning back, he looks like he's scheming an evil.
Yeah, he looked like an evil mastermind. He's just kind of like, yeah, seriously, I'm going to take over the world.
Excellent. I'm
Yeah.
Mr. Burns. Excellent.
But,
Now, where's your kitty? Because I know you have them, Marco. We're about to have another guest.
oh, are we?
Do you really want to be
Actually, do, or if it just stumbles on set, might as well let it appear.
Yeah.
I'm calling them.
What's our runtime so far on the live stream?
1 hour and 10
An hour
minutes.
30? Oh, I thought it was an hour 30.
No.
It was like,
I don't know. I don't know. How's the chat feeling? You guys want me to
Winter
keep?
Soldier or Civil War better? I'm gonna say Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War for sure.
It's very close, but I'm still gonna go with Winter Soldier by just a little bit more. Like Winter Soldier is right here, and like Civil War is right below it. Just because I feel like Winter Soldier is a better standalone movie. I mean, granted, you could still watch like Civil War without having seen any of the other Marvel movies, but I feel like to get the full emotional impact of that movie, you have to have seen.
Especially definitely, because he picked up.
Yeah.
So
that's
my thing when I rewatched it is one thing I did not pick up is when they mentioned Stephen Strange.
yeah.
Because at the time I watched it, I was like, that's kind of thing. And it's like, oh, so they really are bringing.
Yeah.
it to it.
And I guess another thing that I kind of give the slight advantage to with Winter Soldier over Civil War is
Probably my favorite detail I picked up was at the end where it showed Nick Fury's tombstone, and it had it actually had the quote in the Bible passage that Samuel L. Jackson kept quoting in Pulp Fiction, which is one of my favorite references. Because again, it's Tarantino, and Tarantino's probably my favorite director working today.
The first time that I watched Winter Soldier, I was like, okay, it's an okay movie. But like 5 days ago, I watched it again. It was really cool. That's when I picked up the Doctor Strange thing.
Yeah. But I would say like another reason why I'd give Winter Soldier just a slight advantage over Civil War is Winter Soldier is not only a good superhero movie, but it's also a really good like spy, like espionage thriller movie. Whereas Civil War, though a damn good movie and definitely one of Marvel's best, it's still more of like an ensemble piece. Like it basically isn't an Avengers film.
Because it's
Winter Soldier because it's a non-convoluted.
See, I don't think that Civil War was very convoluted, but I can kind of see where you're getting
I definitely did. Like it definitely had a lot more elements. And then a lot of people, and especially a lot of people like debate, and especially a lot of people said it's essentially Civil War is essentially a copycat Batman vs Superman, which I don't agree with.
Well, I think
because
Civil War, like the concept of that movie was
Civil War did more right.
most definitely.
Honestly, my main, well, there were obviously a lot of questions that episode, but my main problem, other than it was just the title, it didn't make sense, is that I wouldn't even consider Batman vs Superman an action film. It was really just them running around trying to figure out who
Martha.
And that was just one of the main issues with it.
But no, like I think the concept of Civil War came up before Batman v Superman. I could be
And
wrong.
another thing that would make sense is you could just take a character, you could just call it Marvel's Civil War.
Yeah.
And it'll honestly do really well.
Yeah, but like I mean, even in the comic storyline, Civil War, the main story was very Cap and Iron Man centric. And so I think it made sense that, like, if you're going to even loosely adapt Civil War into a movie, it makes sense to do Captain America as the focal point or character. But yeah, like, I love Civil War, but I'd still give this very slight edge to
Yeah,
Winter
one
Soldier.
of the few things that I have to point out in Civil War is that the same thing that I disliked in the comic, which is the end. It's very anticlimactic.
A little bit. But, you know, that was one of those things where it didn't bug me enough to where I'm going to, like, even really complain about it. Like, there are nitpicks with Civil War, whereas Batman v Superman, yeah. But I guess, like, I'll leave it to the live stream or the chat to decide whether they want me to keep going, like, they want this to keep going for a few more minutes, or if they want me to go ahead and wrap up. Granted, now there's, like, 5 of you.
They did Civil War because Batman vs Superman was being produced.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like it probably would have happened eventually, no matter what.
I don't know. Like, I also feel like that, like, the second DC Cinematic Universe movie shouldn't have been a team-up fight movie. It should have, like, I would have preferred if they had done a standalone Man of Steel movie, like, direct sequel, even though Batman v Superman was sort of a sequel, but not really. I would have preferred, like, a standalone Superman movie, like Man of Steel 2, standalone Batman movie with Ben Affleck, and then maybe do Justice League.
Yeah, but no, that's really the other problem. Is really just now DC is just trying to rush out and beat Infinity War.
Well, I think they're just. I mean, obviously they're trying to play catch up with Marvel, but I think they kind of they went at it the wrong way, where they're kind of like, let's just cram everything into one movie. And I don't think that's entirely one person's fault. I think that's a lot of, like, it's on everybody. Like, it's not just Zack Snyder's fault. It's Warner Brothers' fault. It's the writer's fault for, you know, because imagine whatever the original story was. I imagine studio execs were kind of like, okay, well, we're building up to Justice League, so you got to have this, or you have to have this, or, you know, take that out, take this out. So it was one of those things where it was kind of on everybody, as to why I think Batman v Superman didn't quite deliver. Whereas, again, Marvel had the advantage. They've had tons of movies to build off these characters. You didn't really have to develop anyone aside from Spider-Man and Black Panther were really the only characters you had to kind of, like, add backstory and development to.
Something that Marvel did very well was plan everything.
Oh, yeah.
Even in the first Avengers, they had Thanos show up.
Yeah.
Even back then, like 4 years ago, they already knew where they were going.
Yeah.
Which helps a lot.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of that was the key as well. Because imagine, like, it was one of those things where they're kind of like, okay, so we have an idea. Let's at least get to the Avengers, like the first Avengers movie, and if that does, you know, because imagine they were still not sure how well these Marvel movies would do, but they're like, if we can at least get to Avengers movie, we're great. But obviously, Iron Man did really well. Iron Man 2 did well. All their movies kept doing really well, and they're like, okay, so what's next? Sequels to, like, Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, the second Avengers movie.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy and
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
And again, like, they're
then those especially did well, and then that's probably the main reason why they just pretty much said, all right, Civil War's going to do great no matter what.
Yeah.
Hell, Metacritic reviews were going around like a month before the film actually dropped back in early May.
Yeah, because again, like, Marvel were confident enough. They're kind of like, because most movies, like even the big budget movies, they usually drop the movie like maybe 2-3 weeks in advance for the critics. But Marvel were like, you can see it a month in advance. That's how confident we are in this. And understandably so, because again, Civil War was great.
Gatekeeper is back.
Hey, what's up, man?
How do we plan to do these kind of live streams?
Well, hopefully this will do better, you know, because again, we've only had a handful of views like during the live stream, but hopefully it'll do better like when it's actually uploaded on the channel and more people tune into it. And hopefully, I don't know, hopefully it'll do well enough and maybe I'll like promote better the next live stream, but maybe like a monthly thing if they do well enough. I don't know. Because again, this was more of just an experiment to kind of get used to the format of it, see how well it does. So I'll leave it to you, viewers and subscribers. If you want to see more live streams, then
Yeah, because I mean, we
comment.
probably could, for fuck's sake, make this a weekly series, if anything.
Potentially. Weekly might be pushing it a little bit just for scheduling sake.
Well, no, you absolutely can, yeah, but it's just a matter of when you can. Because
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
most part, I could do it any day.
Yeah, like during the summer for sure. During school, pretty much every week, but in tests, exams and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll let the people in the chat, the subscribers, viewers, I'll let them decide whether they want this to.
Jake, will you play your guitar for us?
I don't think you want to hear that.
That's a little hard to do, maybe?
Also, it's like, so what time is it? It's like 11. Yeah. I don't want to like disturb the other people in my house because I don't think they're asleep, but even if they aren't, they're probably going to come downstairs and be like, "What the hell are you doing? It's like 11:30 at night and you're playing guitar. Stop it." Now maybe if I do a live stream like later on down the road, earlier in the day, then sure I'll play guitar for you all.
How did you feel about New 52 Wally?
I love that because Wally was like the Flash in the 90s. That was the one that I grew up with, like in the animated Justice League show. Because really, like Barry didn't become like the main Flash until New 52. So like when Wally came back in Rebirth, I was kind of like, yeah, Wally's back, like Wally proper. Because I didn't read any of like the New 52 Wally West. I've heard he wasn't that great. But I was kind of like, I just want the original Wally West back because I love him. So I'm super excited to have like the original Wally West back.
Okay. The other thing, the comic geek guy, he wants to know how's comic man right now because he had to leave because of school.
Oh, that's fine, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Like it's really, I mean, it's normal, I guess. The community itself, I had to leave for a bit too because of school, but now it's summer all the way. And now, like, have you seen the new app that they're releasing that there's a bunch of new communities?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
I really don't like it because I think that will split people. Like, you go there and you have like comics, okay?
Yeah.
But in comics, you have like a community for Batman, a community for DC, a community for Marvel, and that will just like split up people and make factions. Like, because in the comics, I mean, the good thing about it is like, for example, if you are a DC hater, you can learn to appreciate DC stuff, DC stuff with other people and just coexist and learn how to be friends with people that don't share the same interests as you, I guess. And with that new app, that will just tear people apart.
I don't know. Like, I can kind of see that, but at the same time, I think it could be one of those things where, like, if you're more of a DC fan, or if you're more of a Marvel fan, or if you're more of like an independent comic fan, like if there's an app, like a specific app for it.
I think they don't have any independent comics.
Really? That's a little surprising. But I don't know. Like,
I would say that Image is selling the best comics.
Oh yeah. I mean, in my opinion, Image produces the best comics. Like a lot of my favorite non-like Marvel and DC comics are all Image.
Geekcast, have I missed any drama and controversies?
Well, besides the new app that is being released, I don't think so. Rowan was kicked out. I think that you knew about that.
Right, he's been gone for a while.
Kicked out.
Wait, who was?
So what? He was the leader of the. What's the name of the group? I don't know, but basically he was a like horror and just share this stuff everyone.
Are you talking about?
Hot dogs.
Okay, yeah. Because I remember he was actually asking me to guest on the podcast that he does for his group. And so, like, I was kind of waiting to, like, see, like, if that was still happening. And then, because he invited me to a private chat. And then, like, I remember like I went to the chat, so kind of like just checking up to see like, hey, is like, do you still want me to be like guest on your channel? And then like it was blank, so I'm like, oh, I guess that guy got banned or something. I don't know the reason behind that. So I know Rohan got banned for all the reasons.
He mistreated someone.
Yeah.
Because like that's the stuff. He invited me to his group, and like yeah, I'm sure I could join. Test things out, and basically he was talking trash about squad.
He studied London in April.
Yeah, I saw it. So yeah, I don't know if you know that Roman left, but that's probably the big thing.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is that basically I joined his group and he was talking trash about squad that is another group, and I'm like, you have no reason to bash him and everything.
Yeah.
No, basically, just because I didn't share the same opinion, and actually he started to offend me and everything, and I just left the group.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you haven't really missed a whole lot on the Comics Amino app.
Yeah. Like besides the news.
Yeah.
In general, comic book world.
Yeah. I guess we can go ahead and start wrapping this up. So I guess if like the people who are still in the chat, if you all want to ask any other questions, or if you have anything else that you want to just talk about before we start wrapping this up, feel free to submit your questions and topics.
While we are waiting, I think that maybe we should start to give our final thoughts, just in general.
Final thoughts on what?
I don't know.
Live stream?
We talk about live stream. Something in general.
So I guess like obviously the first attempt earlier today was awful, but you know, hey, that's part of the experience. So I think now that I have a better grasp on this, I like, you know, again, for you in the chat and for those of you who view this later on down the road, yeah, this is probably not going to turn out that great, like in the end when this is like uploaded onto YouTube, but this is our, I guess, the first official Pasty Pale pod or live stream, whatever you want to say.
Till next time, and when is that?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I guess like the next time I do a live stream, I'll announce that like on the Pasty Pale Productions Facebook page, on my Twitter, probably in Comics Amino as well. I'll announce the next time I'm going to do it.
Probably just upload a video like a day or two before it actually starts, which will be another way to.
Well, again, if I do a live,
because I don't know how many of your subs and stuff actually follow the pages.
Well, yeah, I mean, like hopefully more people will start to follow the page because again, the Facebook page is all for like updates and like what's coming next and all that stuff. So if you don't already follow it, go ahead and check that out. But I'd say like whenever I do another live stream, I'll probably announce it like maybe a week or two in advance. So that way there'll be more time to kind of prepare for this. Whereas it was one of those things where I'm kind of like, I'm going to do a live stream this weekend, having no idea how to actually set it up. So hence why this is not that great.
Yeah, it was a really painful behind the scenes.
Oh my God, yes. So bad.
Yeah, and Marco subjected me to Google Hangout again, which is just no.
I couldn't get the hang of that. So I guess ideally I would like to do like a live stream, like maybe like once, I don't know, maybe like once a month, once every other month. And hopefully they'll become more popular, but it kind of just depends on like how many people want to tune in, how many people.
It's manageable.
Yeah, I think that'd be manageable, and hopefully like, you know, that maybe the more frequently I do these, the more people tune in, and I can get other people like, you know, the rest of the Pasty Pale gang, bring you guys in more often.
Yeah, people like
you. Just getting you know, BJ, I'm available practically any day.
Because you're unemployed.
Well, no, but also I just don't have a lot of other stuff, because thankfully college is very simple this year. It's not probably like last year, or my last semester, I should say. Yeah,
so, but I mean, again, overall, like the live stream, it kind of just depends on the subscribers, viewers. If you want to see more of this more frequently, then I can do it more than like once a month. But if you guys are kind of like, this is terrible, don't do it again, then I won't do it again. I don't even know if I'll be sad. I'll totally get it because I'll just be like, yeah, it was pretty bad. So no hard feelings.
No, it absolutely was.
Yeah. Again, I think this one's turned out pretty decent. But yeah, I guess like in future reference though, if you guys want to start preparing some questions for the next live stream,
Well, last question: what do you wish to happen in Rebirth, and what do you think would happen in the next season of CW if you watch Edge, the one that just finished?
Okay, what do I want to happen in Rebirth? I don't know. Like the main Rebirth, or like a specific Rebirth series, like Green Arrow or Batman or whatever.
The general. In general.
I don't know, because like I know the Watchmen or at least Dr. Manhattan, anyways, and probably Ozymandias are involved. So I'm kind of curious to see how that works, because I think it could go really well if handled properly. Which so far it does seem like they're handling it really well. But I hope it doesn't be one of those things where they're just introducing the Watchmen as like kind of a cash grab, if that makes any sense. I don't really know how to describe it. Then as far as like the CW shows,
Okay, let me sum this up.
Okay.
Arrow is shit. The fourth season is horrible. The first second season was kind of a rip-off of the first one, but it's good. I won't say that it's bad. It's
and then don't even consider looking at Supergirl.
Well, that's just now. That's going to be a part of
I've also heard a lot of mixed things about Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow was actually really good.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Really good.
Marco, finish your rant about how much you hate Supergirl.
They screw up Martian Manhunter, and now they get the fucking rights to bring on Superman to their show, and they don't let
Yeah, it's cast by some motherfucker I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like if you want to give,
It's about Henry Cavill.
if you want to give like shows, TV shows to FB character like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and all that shit, give them the good show. Don't fucking ruin
I want
another character.
to meet up with Night Owl Wolf.
Yeah, it will be okay.
That could be cool.
I guess it will be the same thing as Ted Kord made up with Batman.
Yeah.
Because they have
But like, yeah. But as far as the CW shows, even though I didn't really like season 3 of Arrow, I will watch season 4.
Don't do it.
I'll at least try. I don't know if I'll watch all of it from what I've heard, but I'm gonna try to watch it because I love Green Arrow. He's my favorite DC character, and I love Flash. I like the first season of Flash, so I'm definitely gonna watch season 2.
The fourth season of Arrow is just like it's the Green Lantern of seasons in TV shows.
Don't say that.
I was about to say, is it like Fantastic? But apparently it's just as bad.
It's horrible.
Okay, for Jake, then he's either like, okay, now I'm not gonna watch it, or now I don't even know if this is possible.
I'm still gonna watch it out of curiosity to see how bad it is, because I have heard season 4 is even
I
worse.
not even finished the season. I just got like 5 episodes, and I was like,
Season 2 is the best one because they did.
Wait, of Arrow?
what?
Season 3 of Arrow is the best?
What?
No,
To me.
The
no,
second one with Deathstroke, right?
no. That's season 2.
That's what
Season 3, all I've heard is a bunch of soap opera bullshit.
Yeah,
The third one
It's-
was horrible. The fourth one was even worse. 2 was good. The first one.
And then I don't even know anything about season 5.
well, season 5 is coming out yet.
I already told this to Jake, but they are in Flash in the end of the season 12 Flash. They hinted at Barry is going back in time to save his mother, and they're basically doing a Flashpoint storyline.
That could be really
What
cool.
they should do is reboot everything.
Yeah, they should, or at least reboot
Don't
Arrow.
fucking ruin Martian Manhunter. Don't do something horrible with Green Arrow. Just do everything right.
And
Yeah, I already thought it was kind of weird.
If anything-
On a fucking TV show.
if anything, here's what I want from Green Arrow. Because they're probably not going to get on track and like actually use storylines from the comics. If you're not going to do that, do me at least this, CW. Give Green Arrow the goatee. Give him the goatee. Do you see? Do you see the goatee? That's what I want from my Green Arrow. I want the goatee, not the stubble where he's all like dark and brooding. He's gonna like, I'm gonna save the city. No, have him fun and sarcastic. But the goatee especially. Give him at least the goatee. But
just with a bow, and I don't like guns.
But I'm gonna try and stay on top of the CW shows now, or at least Flash probably, maybe Arrow season 5, but probably not because season 4, from what I've heard, is not good. But we'll see.
Well, I agree with Hey Geeter that's Tom Wellington.
Well, apparently they didn't even ask him to come to like be Superman in Supergirl, and I'm like, what?
But they did, but he's busy filming another TV shows. So that's why he didn't.
That makes a bit more sense. But even still, I feel like you could have at least asked. But apparently they didn't even ask him. But any other questions before we end this?
I don't know. I just think that
a couple other topics we can maybe talk about is this doesn't just have to be purely a Q&A series, or just I guess we just talk about shit. Yeah,
I mean,
we're still pitching the idea for another worst superhero debate.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we could probably do that live action. That'd almost be a little more interesting.
Yeah, that could be really cool. So yeah, like if you all,
we still gonna find another third person because again, all three of us we could just debate, but it'll be like we can't decide because it would all be guys like I won.
Yeah, like if you all in the chat and people who view this later, if you want a worst superhero debate volume 2 featuring these two guys, and maybe another person from Pasty Pale, like because these guys are kind of like my opponents, whatever.
because at some point, like Jake, at some point it would be cool if you can if you join all the game from baseball.
Yeah.
Because you have like two series, the ones where Tyler and I.
Yeah. Which honestly, this level seems like us now because you don't often get your usual group of people.
I mean, again, since we all have different work schedules and school schedules and stuff like that, it's hard to get us all together. But practically pull everyone together, I think we could have a huge, like, big team debate, which would be really cool. But yeah, like if you guys
get two others, I know, like you could be the judge, and it'll be me and Marco and them and whoever.
I won the last debate.
Yeah,
just barely.
Yeah, even though that one didn't air for reasons.
Yeah, because again, we had. I don't even know where did that other person even come from.
It was a last minute thing. I tried to get somebody from like Comics Amino, because I'm kind of like, well, someone from Comics Amino know their stuff.
Like I could tell in the first 5 minutes he wasn't gonna win.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect to win either because fucking Marco picked Constantine.
Yeah. Basically, a little context. It was like we were gonna do a debate on like the best anti-hero in comics, and because I was like, that's a really cool debate. And there was somebody who was gonna be. It was like Marco, Tyler, and then somebody else. The other person dropped out.
Yeah, we don't even remember his name. All we remember is we heard the Arnold Schwarzenegger dad in the back.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, but like again, I was under the impression
he got scatted probably.
I was under the impression that if I grabbed someone from Comics Amino, an app where people are overall well versed in comics, they would do well.
All three of us are on it, by the way.
Yeah, which we can promote that like that at the end before we wrap this up. But yeah, basically I was kind of like, and it was last minute, so I was like, I'll just bring them in. What the hell? Why not? And they were kind of like, I don't really know anything about like. Constantine. I don't really know a whole lot about Magneto, which was who Tyler picked. I'm like, what? I told you who they were picking to give you prep time to work up an argument. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Basically, I won because Constantine was able to tweet God and create the war on Hell.
Yeah.
Well,
it was a close match though between.
Also, another reason is I literally didn't know anything about Constantine other than so I was like, fuck, I got 10 minutes to read shit up on him.
But you did really good though.
Yeah, man. And again, most people are like, no, he's not a fucking answer, he's a villain. Well, if you were actually there, I made several very valid points.
Yeah, you did make a really good argument. But
and the problem is we can't really redo it because we'll just use the same dialogue. And, I don't know. We could, but then it would just be a matter of like maybe what the community thought.
But I guess coming to a close, Tyler, I'll let you go ahead and promote your channel and anything you want to promote.
Yeah, like I said, I already linked my channel earlier. Actually, let me see if I still had it. It's my copy pasting. Yeah. Section my channel is TCM6420, where mainly I do movie reviews, not just comic stuff, but just any movie stuff, and then slowly I'm branching out to other series. And I have another series I plan to drop, but I'm waiting until I get 50 subscriptions. I'm almost there, but I took a step back because, people are stupid and unsubscribed.
But also,
but that's a whole other drama situation.
You also do
So,
Twitch
if you
live
want my,
streams, correct?
Channel, here it is.
You do Twitch gaming live stream things?
Yes, I do. I stream a variety of things, and I especially at 2 later here because Skyrim is getting a remaster.
Yeah. So, what's your Twitch thingy?
The exact same thing.
Okay. So, yeah, follow him on YouTube and Twitch, TCM6420.
Yeah. But if you don't want to see that, well, just go over there for, again, movie reviews and I guess other news as well, because, again, I do a variety of things.
Do you want to promote your Twitter as well?
I could, but I don't just want to spam this section with links.
I mean, but you can just find him at, like, the real TCM6420. Not that fake asshole, the real
Because,
one.
like, as I said, I was going to make it my thing, but then some guy took my name and his photo looked like what the Zodiac Killer was supposed to look like.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him.
I was like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah. But yeah, I guess if like you want to follow him on Twitter for updates and live streams and his stuff, then Marco.
Me and Jake, we twat each other.
Yeah.
frequently.
So that's the term on Twitter, right? Twatting? Twatting each other?
Yeah, like I said, we always joke about what the fuck it's called because neither of us really gave a shit about Twitter because fuck Twitter.
Apparently it's really good for promoting.
It's just full of hashtag fucking that are actual pound signs and Donald Trump memes.
Yeah. But Marco, anything you want to promote, like your Comics Amino username, anything like that, or Twitter?
Anybody selling products? No.
I would have to be a lot bigger on YouTube to like sell products. I'm only like 109 subscribers. Give it time, man.
Yeah, you're not even famous enough. They can hand out autographs.
No. Like if someone legitimately,
You're a short dude on YouTube. Sign me.
Yeah, if someone did that, I'd be like, why? Why would you want me to sign anything?
What Marco was thinking earlier, it's because in real life, Jake is a typical Irishman.
Yeah, no, like pasty pale skin, ginger hair, love of Guinness and potatoes. I'm very much the epitome of a stereotypical Irishman, but
yes, he exactly is the Irishman.
But yeah, Marco, anything you want to promote?
I think that my maybe account on Amino are already resembling.
Okay, cool.
Pretty much it.
Yeah, and you can.
Won't let me add this link.
Huh?
Why won't this work? If it doesn't work, then here, just look for this. Just search this, and you'll see me. And my little picture is a Fallout, the Fallout Boy.
Yeah. And of course,
because that's my favorite video game of all time. And again, I can't wait to stream that when it becomes compatible.
So there you go. That'll be.
Yeah. A lot of stuff you could see from me. Like, especially my most recent video is essentially where I broke down E3 and talked over specific subject. Again, sorry, Marco. But again, just trying to...
Yeah, quit cutting off Marco, Tyler. He's trying to say things.
You think you're better than me, Jake?
Not again.
I don't think that joke's ever going to go away.
Anyways, Marco, continue.
I was just saying that if anything would sponsor us, it would be probably sunscreen. White.
Pasty Pale vlog.
Yay!
Actually, maybe that's why he thought you sell products, because their name is Pasty Pale Productions, where you sell Pasty Pale products. Pasty Pale people.
No, we produce content, and I don't know.
Now we have to start a GoFundMe page and a petition. Get this man a signatures so he can make products.
Yeah, let's get another pointless thing going.
Help the Pasty Pale children of Ireland and Africa.
But you can find me at Irishman Jake on Twitter, all one word. Same with Comics Amino. Follow me on there. Hear my thoughts on comics, anything comic related. And then, of course, you can find me here on Pasty Pale Productions, where I talk about
I got
things.
word for a second. I seriously thought what Marco put instead. It said CIA account, but then I realized, oh, there's no I.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully you weren't completely turned away by this stream, and you'll subscribe if you haven't already. If you don't subscribe, totally get it. It's not.
Yeah.
But I think that pretty much wraps up this here stream. Let me figure out how to end this thing, and
yeah, and again, this one will be probably good 2-3 weeks, month until our next one.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, until next time, everyone.
Kickstarter